Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to take a blast to the past. So, this right here is a Ferum Forge Stinger. So, I don't know if you guys remember, back in the day when I was a young man, back in 2021, I believe, the Stinger was probably, I don't know, the most popular budget knife of the year. Maybe, the Elementum was still cracking back then. I'm sure there's some other stuff like the Feldspar, but this was one of the most popular knives back then because it was like $60, I think. And it had Nitro V steel. It was made by Civivi, and just a very cool, slim, really nice EDC knife that the Ferum Forge brothers came out with. So I hadn't actually tried one yet, and a funny thing happened. Valentine's Day came around, and I was being silly, so I bought my buddy Jake, Bearded Gear, a gift. I bought him this bit driver, I think it was. It's this shitty Minich bit driver that, it wasn't shitty, it just, the way it was set up, it wasn't really set up for like knife maintenance. It had like huge bits or something, if I remember correctly. And Jake, being Jake, of course, he felt bad, I think, because I got him something. Then he was like, oh, I got you something. So he ordered this knife from Chicago Cutlery, I think it's called, and had it sent to me. And he said it was his favorite budget knife from that year or whatever. So that's how I got this Ferum Forge Stinger, which, kind of made it sentimental. It was a Valentine's Day gift. And when I got it, the detent on it sucked. It was super light. Like, I could fail it instantly with the flipper tab. And I think it had the tan scales, which were hideous. They came with G10 scales. So I thought about it, and I was like, hey, this knife is kind of sentimental now, so I can't just get rid of it, right? I can't just give it away or sell it like I normally would. So I went to thinking, what should I do? Well, I hit up BJ Hill. BJ Hill is, or was, a modder in the knife community. I haven't seen him around much lately. Good dude. Just like Jake, I'm sure life just, took him in a different direction, or I haven't seen him around, or whatever. And both great dudes. And first, I got new scales from Cerberus Knives. I don't know the guy over there too well. A lot of people talk about him being a great dude, so I believe that. And I picked up some micarta scales. These are like linen micarta, OD green linen micarta scales. And I guess I actually had a green one because I have a green backspacer, so must have been green G10. But now it looks pretty sick, right? So I fixed the G10 issue, and then I hit up BJ Hill, and I was like, hey, dude, could you do a flipper delete on this knife? Because it's kind of got a shitty detent. It's not the worst at reverse flicking, but if I got rid of that flipper tab, then at least I wouldn't be so disappointed, right? Constantly failing it. So he said, sure. So I sent it to him. And then he brought it to Blade Show 2021, and he actually found me and gave it to me there, and this is how I got it back. He heat anode the hardware because it's steel, and kind of gave it this bronze look, and then got rid of that flipper tab, and then he tried to tune the detent a little bit better, and I ended up doing the same thing afterwards, adding a little bit of pressure to it. So it's got a little bit more tension on that lock bar, but now it flicks more reliably. I haven't tested. There's no play or anything like that. Yeah, should be fine. I mean, it's got plenty of lock up there. But you can see where he polished this area because he took off that flipper tab, which is pretty cool. He put a mirror edge on it. And one other thing I wish I had him do was tumble the blade or something, because this comes with a bead blast, and I just hate bead blast, especially from Civivi. They rust like crazy. I've had this knife rust like 7 times just sitting in a knife case. I never carry this. I never use it. Just sits in a case. And honestly, I had this tucked away for about 1.5 years or something like that. And recently was like, I should throw that in my main case that I keep out, because it is a cool knife, and it'd be good to have, some kind of budget option around to show people comparisons and whatnot. But yeah, I've had to clean this blade with a rust eraser and flits multiple times, and literally just from sitting in a knife case. Now, since I moved, we have less humidity issues because we have central air now. But yeah, I try to just keep it nice and clean. But yeah, it's got that mirror edge on it. It's a super comfortable knife in the hand. And it came in a bunch of different versions. There was like a marbled carbon fiber version. And they really made some cool ones. They made a frame lock version at one point. And I think they recently came out with a button lock version, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been a popular model, and for good reason. It's a really nice knife. It's nice and thin. So again, it's just a great EDC knife. And if you're looking for something to gift somebody, and you don't want to spend a fortune or whatever, see if they still have the Stinger out there on the market. I've heard mixed reviews on the detent. Some people say theirs are perfect. Some people say they're like mine. So yeah, you might have a hit or miss situation there, but you could always swap it out if you buy it from a reputable retailer. But I kind of just wanted to highlight this knife. I think every once in a while I'm going to do a video like this, kind of a throwback video or a sentimental knife video, or just something to, talk about different knives in my collection that I don't show very often. You guys know me, I rip through knives, and so I don't have a lot of knives that stick around. And a lot of the ones that do, like this, are tucked away somewhere because I don't routinely grab them, and I don't like having just space taken up. You know what I mean? I'm weird like that. So let me know if you're interested in a series like that, and I'll keep doing it if you are. I did put skiffs in here, and I mean, the action is really good on it. If I remember correctly, it took like 1mm skiffs. Nah, it might have been 5mm 1/16. I have to have a video on it. I probably did like 5 videos on this knife, so you can look for those. I'll try to link them along the way here. But you can pick up skiffs at skiffworkshop.com. I have a link in the description of every video with their website, and you can use my code LeftyEDC to get 10% off of your order. But yeah, there's the Ferum Forge Stinger, one that will not leave my collection. I've had it for 2 years now, and reminds me of one of my good buddies that I don't talk too much anymore, but still love the guy. So shout out to Jake. Check out Lift Concepts. That's his brand, and they're doing cool stuff over there. So keep an eye on them. But I love you guys. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.